What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in the division, and I want to do something a little bit different than normal. I want to go over the weekly vendor stuff that just came out here. March 18th is what we're looking at. Okay, and just talk about some of the stuff that I'm interested in. You might actually be interested in as well. I'm not going to go over everything. I ran through all the different vendors, and I'm seeing certain items that I really want that I think are really good items to get your hands on if you're interested in it, just depending upon how you play and all that good jazz. I'm not going to go through everything. I didn't go through the PvP, the Dark Zone stuff, because I'm not fully ranked in Dark Zone yet, just as FYI. So let's just take a look, if we will. We'll start back here at the special blueprints vendor. Now for week number 2 again, okay, just as FYI, for week number 2, as FYI, the M4 blueprint is in here yet again. So if you remember, I already picked up the M4 blueprint. Come over here the other week. Okay, there it is. I picked that up the other week. I did manage to pick up the surplus SVD as well, which is what I'm running now, which is pretty nice. The blueprint's awesome because you can just reprint it over and over and over till you get, you know, the damage setups and stuff that you like, and you can change your talents and whatever, if you will, along the way. So, and the lightweight M4, there's just, in terms of assault rifle, that's just like the best thing to get. In terms of the SVD, I think this is probably the best deal because, again, you can just craft it all till you get what you're looking at. Currently, as you can see on mine, I'm running Deadly, Ferocious, and Disciplined. Disciplined is my free one, so, you know, if I wanted to change that, I can change it, but I'm getting, you know, your next shot. Killing a target will make your next shot automatic critical hit. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that. So, yeah, that's just the way I rolled mine in terms of the print setup. So, okay, back to everything else. As well, if you come in here, you'll also find that the small grip red blueprint is available yet again in the vendor, the special vendor. It's one to pick up. It has a nice critical damage plus a couple random bonuses on it. So it's always good to try to get a hold of that one if you can as well. So besides that, let's see what he's got. For me, you can get, I mean, you could get the ACR if you want, but again, in terms of assault rifle, I think the M4 is probably the best classed assault rifle. But if you want to pick one up, it can't hurt to have. You get more accuracy out of the ACR, I believe it is, or stability out of it. I don't remember which way you want to look at it, but you know, overall, I love the M4 a bit more. That's just me. In terms of other stuff here, you get a pro red dot sight. Okay, we're getting critical hit damage on that. So again, you can't go wrong with that if you're looking to get it. It's only 200 Phoenix credits. That's an easy couple of HVTs or something, and boom, you've got your 200 Phoenix credits to get this. Definitely one I'm going to pick up. I've already picked up the M4. I've already picked up the small red grip, so you're not going to see those in here. Beyond that, we start going into lower level stuff, so it's, you know, probably not something you're going to really get into, but those are the ones that I like in terms of the vendor this week. So the only other one I've got to pick up right now is that pro red dot sight, which should be good. Okay, so now out at Camp Hudson, interestingly enough, we come over to the gear vendor, and what you're going to find here that I like is this prototype equipment or electronics mod. So as you can see, it gives you 241 out of a max 267, but what's nice about this is it also gives you that health increase. Okay, we know that it's actually a pretty good combination, if you will, in terms of increases, and of course stacking out your electronics, getting that skill power up as high as you can is probably one of the most efficient things you can do. So this one is definitely worth picking up if you want to get that on there. So I like this one. It can fit into a lot of different things in your setups, and you really can't go wrong. Okay, so out in the ward this week, what I like here, after taking a quick look through everything, is the Prototype Performance mod that's out here. This is a plus 6% first aid self-heal, great for soloing. 6% is the max roll you can get on this mod, so this is a mod worth picking up, especially if you are playing as a solo. You can't hurt to have self-heal on you, and at the max roll on this, it can't hurt to have a couple of these if you want to have. So again, this one's over in the ward. This one I definitely like, is going to go up on my setups as well. So now out here at the Southpaw vendor, okay, we'll go ahead and hop on in here. What I'm liking in here is this Prototype Performance mod, and this one really fits me very well. So if we come over here, it's a 4% ballistic shield damage. Now, this is the max roll on ballistic shield damage, okay? And what this basically does is this increases damage dealt with your weapon while the shield is out. It doesn't increase the melee damage done with your shield, but it does do increase by a plus 4% the damage dealt. Now, if you're playing as I am with the D3 gear, then you've got your SMG, an extra 4% off your SMG. It's just going to be unbelievably great to have. So this one is a great pickup in terms of if you're running the ballistic shield. Even if you're running with pistol, you can always take that extra damage, but if you are a shield guy like I am, this is probably a way to go. And then finally out here at the Crypt, which I found last, I've got a couple things in here. I think these two specials for the week are great, depending upon what you're looking for. We've got this Enhanced AUG A3P. Okay, now I run the Enhanced PP19, which is just my personal preference. But this one is nice. Okay, as you can see, looking at the stats, you get a 19.5% critical chance on it. Okay, you also get in the talents you get Vicious, so an extra critical increase by 10%, and you get Fierce, another critical increase by 5%. You probably end up rolling out Determined anyway, which is, you know, it's fine, but Fierce here is for free. And by the time you're done looking at this, you're looking at about 35% max critical chance off of this weapon alone. Okay, and if you take that and you put that in with a pulse, so if you add a pulse into your setup, you're probably getting closer to the 60% cap with just the talents alone and the pulse active, the pulse critical chance mod. Okay, so that's really leaves you pretty open on other things you can do with your setups. And you're almost near max, or you're close enough to max with your critical chance that you don't even need to worry about that on other things. So this is the first thing. It's good, it's nice, it's probably one that you want to try out. Like I said, I like my PP19, but it's not that I wouldn't overlook this just because of all that critical that comes out of it. And then the other one down here is the TI Rant suppressor. As you can see, it goes on your SMGs, it goes on your pistols. So small caliber muzzle mod. This one has all this critical on it. Okay, critical chance, headshot damage, critical hit damage, little reduced threat, but it's got strong crit rolls on it, and of course, like I said, it's going to fit your smaller weapons. So if you're looking to upgrade your suppressor that's on it now, this may be the way to go with this, especially with these criticals that are on it. Anyway, that's where I'm at for the week in terms of the items that impressed me for the vendors. There is also an alpha bridge over in the special equipment vendor as well, if you're looking for an alpha bridge piece. And really the only thing on that one is a possible reroll on the stamina, but otherwise it's pretty decent as well if you're looking for alpha bridge set. Stay tuned for more stuff. I've got plenty more coming. I am working out my current setups as I've been playing, as you've been seeing them on the daily HVTs that I've been putting out there. I've got a working setup that I'm really liking. I'm just going to make some more changes, of course, with these weekly vendor updates, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for tuning in.